If you think you've seen crazy people before, think again. Today's compilation features three of the wildest Reddit-style stories, from family betrayal to workplace revenge and one neighbor who completely lost touch with reality. Stick around until the last story because it somehow gets even crazier. Let's get into it. Story 1.
AITA for canceling my sister's dream wedding after discovering where the money came from. I, 29M, have always been close to my younger sister. When she got engaged last year, everyone was excited. She and her fiancé couldn't really afford a wedding, so the entire family pitched in. My parents contributed. Our grandparents contributed. I contributed almost $8,000 because I genuinely wanted her to have the wedding she'd always dreamed about. Everything was going perfectly until 3 weeks before the ceremony. I stopped by my parents' house to drop something off. Nobody was home except my dad. He looked stressed, really stressed. Eventually, he admitted something. He had secretly taken out a second mortgage on the family home to pay for the wedding. My stomach dropped. My parents are both retired. If something happened financially, they could actually lose the house. I asked if my sister knew. He hesitated and then quietly said, "She asked us to." Apparently, she'd convinced them this wedding was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I couldn't believe it. I drove straight to her apartment. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. Instead, she said, "They're my parents. They'll help me." I asked if she planned to pay them back. She laughed, actually laughed, then said, "They don't need the money." That was it. I called every vendor I'd personally paid, canceled every booking under my name, the photographer, the DJ, the venue deposit, everything. Within 24 hours, the wedding had completely fallen apart. My phone exploded. My sister called me every name imaginable. My parents begged me to undo it. Then, something unexpected happened. Our grandparents found out why. They were furious. They immediately demanded every dollar they'd contributed back. My uncle found out. He pulled his money too. Within a week, there wasn't enough money left to have the wedding. It was canceled. Months later, my sister admitted she'd been planning to ask my parents for even more money after the honeymoon because she'd already maxed out 4 credit cards. Now she says I destroyed the happiest day of her life. The rest of the family says I actually saved my parents from financial disaster. So, AITA, top comment. NTA, you didn't ruin a wedding. You stopped financial manipulation before it got worse. Story 2. My boss fired me on my day off, then asked me to train my replacement. I worked for the same company for almost 6 years. Never showed up late, never missed deadlines, always helped new employees. Then one Friday, I got an email. No meeting, no warning, just, "We've decided to move in another direction." That was it. 6 years, gone. I packed my desk, turned in my badge, went home. The next Monday, my phone rang. It was my former manager. He sounded cheerful, almost like nothing had happened. He asked if I could come back to train my replacement. I honestly thought he was joking. He wasn't. Apparently, the new hire had no idea how any of the systems worked. My manager said, "You know everything. It'll only take a couple days." I asked if I'd be rehired. No. Benefits? No. Health insurance? No. Just come in and help. I politely declined. He became angry. He told me I owed the company. Then HR emailed me. They offered a $25 gift card to train the person replacing me. I laughed so hard I nearly dropped my phone. I ignored the emails. A week later, my old coworkers started calling. The new employee couldn't do the job. Projects were falling behind. Clients were getting frustrated. Apparently, management assumed my job was easy because I made it look easy. 2 weeks later, the company posted my exact position online. Salary listed. It was almost $20,000 higher than what they'd been paying me. I applied. Using a different email, made it through 3 interview rounds before revealing I was the former employee they'd fired. The hiring manager looked absolutely horrified. I smiled, thanked them for their time, and walked out. A month later, I accepted a job somewhere else making even more money. My former coworkers still send me updates. Turns out my old boss ended up resigning after losing several major clients. Funny how that works. Top comment. Companies always say employees are replaceable until they actually have to replace them. End of part 1. In part 2, a neighbor tries to steal someone's property 1 inch at a time. A husband discovers the shocking reason his wife never wanted him to meet her coworkers. Trust me, you won't see the ending coming.